Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a closer look here on the Multimedia Chronicles. Well, you may recall when I picked this one up a little while back, deluxe edition, just couldn't resist. Anniversary set of one of the most beloved movie trilogies of all time. I'm, of course, talking about the Back to the Future Complete Adventures Collection, special 30th anniversary boxed set containing all three movies, piles of extras, and for the first time ever, the complete animated series, all 26 episodes on DVD for the first time. So very, very cool set. I promised you a closer look at the time when I bought it. Well, that time is now. Time. Yes. And I don't know, I was going to make a time travel joke there, but I'm just blanking. Anyway, let's check it out today on a closer look on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so taking a little peek here. So first off, we have this beautiful hard box, very sturdy, wonderful construction there. And you may notice, of course, the Flux capacitor is the design on the front. And if you push this little button down here, it lights up. Look at that. Amazing. Now, when I first saw photos of this, I thought it was actually going to be like a 3D little model of the Flux capacitor in there, but it's not. It's actually just a lenticular image that lights up from behind. Now, on the back, we actually had this this backing here, which has all of the stuff, nothing inside, but essentially non-intrusive. When it was sitting on the shelf, for the most part, it just kind of goes over it like that, and then on the top you have the logo, and then on the back you got all the contents, and then underneath you got sort of your indicia, your copyright info and stuff like that. We'll take a closer look at this when we go down to the box. Speaking of which, let's go down to the box. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Alrighty, here we go. So this is the Back to the Future Complete Collection. This is kind of how it would have appeared on the shelf, except all this stuff would have been glued to it better. Just flip it around and give you a closer look at the back here. So, as you can see, quite a lot of bonus material here. Basically everything that was on the previous DVD sets, which was then carried over to the previous Blu-ray set. And then there's an all-new bonus disc that has some additional stuff that was not on any of those sets. So very, very cool indeed. So let's take this off and set it aside, and we'll take another look here. So if you want a sort of a better look at the Flux capacitor there, you can see it's kind of 3D and lenticular. Very nice. And then we push the little button down here, and it lights up. So yeah, it's actually a pretty good view of it there. It's like you have your very own Flux capacitor. Amazing. It does turn off after a few seconds. There we go. Okay. Now, if we open this up, it's basically just it's a hinged box. So we open that up. Actually, it's not hinged. Never mind. It's just the cardboard. So it's possible that may fall apart in the future. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But one thing that's cool is in here, if you take a look, you actually do have the batteries for the Flux capacitor, so they've made it really easy to access them. Just some little lithium-ion batteries there, and if you ever want to replace them or what have you, you can. You have easy access to them right there. It would have been nice if some other sets had followed suit with that. Evil Dead Book 2. Yeah, so then here underneath, we basically just have a piece of cardboard just kind of put in as filler to hold everything in place. And then Pull the ribbon. Oh, look at that. And then everything just comes right out very nicely. So let's take a look. Oh, what do we got here? Battery. Oh, here we are. Hold on. Can I get that out? There we go. Battery replacement instructions. There you go. So very considerate of them to provide instructions on how to replace batteries if it was a little too complicated for you. Okay, so, all right, just zooming in a little bit here to get a closer look at the, this is a digibook that's inside the, well, not really digibook, but a book that's inside the box. Again, kind of gives you the same, almost exactly the same blurb that's on the back thing there. Yeah, there you go. All right, so if we open this up, oh, very nice. So we have the poster art, the original poster art there, and some scenes from the movie, and a list of all the bonus features that are available on this disc. Can we get a nice close-up look at that here? There we go. All right, so if you want a list of all the bonus features, just pause that and read it. And then flipping the page, we have Back to the Future 2. Very nice. I should say, in terms of the sleeves here, actually quite easy to get them out of the box. So, not too bad. And being Blu-rays, you don't really have to worry too much about getting scratched. Oh, hello, camera. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Be right back. Sorry about that. I forgot to close my patio door, and I think the neighbors were listening in on me and thinking I was crazy here talking to myself. Anyway, so here we go. So we got Back to the Future 2. Very nice. There we go. So there's all the extras on there. Quite a lot of extras on these, I have to say. And then we have, of course, Back to the Future 3. Very nice. Once again, original poster art, pictures from the movie. There's all our bonus features. So very cool. So you get lots of good stuff on these discs. So if you're hungry for bonus material, this set does not disappoint. And then finally you have the Back to the Future bonus disc. I think this was actually a teaser poster that they used here. And very cool stuff. So you got a whole bunch of goodies on there. If you're just wondering what's on it, I'll give you a close up there. There you go. Check it out. Awesome. The bonus disc actually has the best disc art of all of them. If we just take a quick look here. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Actual disc art. Yeah, we can get that with the movies. Oh, hi. How's it going? Yeah, so the movies are just basically repackages of the existing discs from the previous 25th anniversary set. And this bonus disc is really the meat of the new stuff. And then here just a nice little photo montage, just kind of covering the various the 4 different time periods that the movie goes into. Very cool. All 30 years apart. Very nice indeed. All right. Well, I guess the 1885 isn't 30 years, but these ones are all 30 years apart. This is 100 years. Anyway. Okay, so carrying on, we have the Back to the Future animated series. Here we go. Very cool. So this was a long time coming. Fans like myself were really dying for this to come out. I had the animated series on VHS and Laserdisc. Not the complete series, though. It was about 16 of the 26 episodes. In fact, why don't I go get those and I'll show them to you just as a little bonus here. Okay, so in no particular order, the 2 VHS tapes I have. We've got this one here, and my god, it's still factory sealed. I've never actually watched this tape. I just hung on to it for collector's item purposes. So here we've got 2 episodes. What are they called? We've got Solar Sailors and Brave Lord and the Demon Monstrux. Yeah, never seen it. No idea what happens in that. I'm guessing this is some kind of He-Man type wannabe character. And then on the back we got little descriptions of the episodes. So very cool, actually. These were very nice VHS releases back in the day. Pretty typical of 80s and 90s cartoons to get VHS releases like this with only a couple episodes per tape. And then I have another volume here. Got Mac the Black and St. Louis Blues. Or St. Louis Blues, I guess. There you go. So, nice descriptions on the back. One of the things that's cool about this show is it features intro and outro segments by Christopher Lloyd himself as Doc Brown. Very cool. And then little educational science segments narrated by Doc Brown with the actual experiments done by none other than Bill Nye the Science Guy. How cool is that? All right, got to pull way back for this one. Then we have, they released 3 Laserdisc volumes, each of which contained the contents from 2 of the VHS volumes. So this is volume 1. So we got Batter Up and Time Waits for No Frog, and then Clara's Folks and Brothers. I'm pretty sure one of these is the very first episode. Let me just take a look here. Brothers is the very first episode of the series. So, of course, they have it as the 4th episode of the video releases. Makes sense, I guess? Yeah, anyway. Very cool indeed. Very nice. And then I do have all 3 volumes that they put out, so we'll just take a look at all 3 of them. And then we got volume 2 here. Very cool. Very nice. This is a pretty big deal to me at the time, being able to get animation on Laserdisc, because of course this was the best quality available at the time, so it was pretty nice to be able to get nice high quality versions of my favorite cartoons. Well, the ones that were available anyway. So this has, what is it, another 4 episodes. We got Dickens of a Christmas, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot Race, Forward to the Past, and Vern Hatches an Egg. So, there you go. Very nice. And then finally, we have volume 3. So, and you'll notice that these are all different episodes. So this is basically was the first 6 VHS volumes, but with those masters put onto Laserdisc instead. So definitely better quality. And then the 2 VHS volumes I had different episodes again. So there was actually more episodes released on VHS than were released on Laserdisc. So here we have Go Fly a Kite, Hill Valley, Brownout, A Friend Indeed, and The Money Tree. So, very cool. And there we go. Very nice. I like this logo here, like this animated rendition. Kind of an airbrushed picture of the DeLorean. Very nice. But yeah, it's a fun series, and yeah, and it's quite easy to consider it canon to the movie as well, because it does actually pick up more or less where the movie left off. The very first episode, he rebuilds the DeLorean and the train, and just sort of gives you a little blurb about why things are the way they are, and then they're off to have more adventures. You got Marty, and you got Clara, and you got the 2 kids, Jules Verne, and of course the dog, Doc Brown's dog, Einstein. Now, interestingly enough, even though Christopher Lloyd does the intro and outro segments, he does not voice Doc Brown in the actual cartoon. That's actually done by Dan Castellaneta. Yes, Homer Simpson himself. So he does the voice of Doc Brown. It's very cool. He actually does a pretty good job of it, too, I have to say. Now, interestingly enough, there are a couple of cast members that do return to voice their characters. We have Tom Wilson as the voice of Biff. He was, of course, Biff in the movies as well. And then you have Mary Steenburgen as the voice of Clara. So, yeah, so you actually do have 2 of the original actors from the movies in the show. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that they at least got a couple of them in there. And then finally, last but most certainly not least, we have Back to the Future, A Visual History. Now, I should mention something about this. This is basically kind of a condensed version of a book that was actually released on its own as well. There is a hardcover edition that you can get of Back to the Future, A Visual History, which, as far as I'm aware, has all of this material in it and a whole lot more. So, If you really want to be fully complete, you probably want to get that edition as well. I have seen it on sale from time to time, so I will most likely grab that at some point. Still, it is nice to have this this version of it in some form, included with the the Blu-ray set. So that's pretty cool indeed. So it's lots of really cool behind the scenes pictures here. I like all the different versions of the poster and stuff like that. Oh, there's Eric Stoltz. Eric Stoltz, of course, was originally going to play Marty, so you get some stills of that. I don't know if we get any actual clips of that in the extras. I don't think we do, but you can find some clips of it online if you poke around a bit and sort of see what it might have been like if Eric Stoltz had been Marty instead of Michael J. Fox. I mean, I think at this point nobody can picture anyone but Michael J. Fox in the role, but you know, it almost wasn't. It almost didn't happen. They had actually filmed several scenes with Eric Stoltz, and then for whatever reason he was not able to continue. I think it was actually they didn't feel it was quite working. Like, I mean, he's a fine actor for sure. I mean, he was amazing in Mask, for example, the one with Cher, and of course everyone probably remembers him from The Fly 2. But he just couldn't quite, just didn't quite have the comedic chops, I guess, to really pull off the character as well as Michael J. Fox did. But anyway, so there you go. That is the Back to the Future, the Complete Adventures Collection. Awesome. So awesome. And there you have it. So I'm sure you'll agree, a pretty deluxe set, sure to please fans of the movies the world over. Now, some fans complained they weren't really thrilled with the transfer quality on these. I don't know. I've seen better. I've seen worse. I think it's perfectly acceptable, honestly. I didn't see anything hugely wrong with them. When I first got this set, Rosie and I sat down and watched the entire trilogy back to back over the course of a couple of nights. She had never seen them before, ever. So, needless to say, Daddy was very happy to be able to introduce her to this wonderful trilogy of family adventures. But she absolutely loved it and had a blast. And we've been meaning to sit down and watch the animated series. We just haven't got around to it yet. We've been kind of busy with other stuff. That's the joy of having a massive collection, is there's always so much to watch that it sometimes takes you a while to get around to certain things. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Finally getting a closer look at the 30th Anniversary Complete Adventures Collection of the Back to the Future saga. Very cool stuff. I cannot recommend this set highly enough if you're a fan. This has it all, man. It's got it all. It's fantastic. Great stuff. Yeah, I used to have the original Blu-ray release of this. It was released in a few different types of packaging. I just had the standard keep case edition. And as far as I can tell, all the extras have been ported over. So, very cool. But I got rid of that a while back, so I didn't have them in my collection, so this was the replacement. And boy, what a replacement it is. I will not be double dipping on this collection for a very, very long time, if ever. Yeah, maybe a 4K edition down the line, who knows. But for now, this will do quite nicely. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So, quick thank you to my Patreon sponsors. Thanks, Patreon sponsors, especially Kyle Pellegrini, still my highest level sponsor. Really appreciate the support, dude. And thanks to everybody else as well. Please do consider becoming a Patreon sponsor, as it does help me to do these shows a little bit more often for you, and more variety of content and all that good stuff. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara.